Hi everybody, it's Courtney. I'm back again. My husband's vacation is over, so I'm back to talk about more of my movie picks for enjoying Halloween, seeing as it is October. And as you've seen in my past couple of videos, I have videos that are more horror centered and videos that are more movies that are more family friendly to watch around Halloween, because can't forget the kids. Kids like Halloween too. So I've been going back and forth talking about movies that are more horror centric and then movies that are more family centric. So today's video of Halloween movie picks are more family oriented movies. Like I said, I just like randomly grab my movies and whatever kind of movies I find. If I find anything that I think would be perfect for viewing for Halloween, I grab. So today's video is about family-friendly movies for Halloween. Some of them, of course, that I'm going to talk about are ones people have talked about tons of times. They're really popular, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of them. First is Casper. I love Casper. It is such a good movie. I don't have very good lighting, so I'm trying my best to find the right light to show off my movies. But of course, everybody knows who Casper the Friendly Ghost is. So this movie came out in 1995, and it stars Bill Pullman as Dr. James Harvey. He and his daughter, Kat, played by Christina Ricci, travel around the country trying to find the spirit of his dead wife. And they end up going to Friendship, Maine and Whipstaff Manor. They're hired by, I know her first name is Kerrigan. Kerrigan Crittenden, played by Kathy Moriarty. And she inherits Whipstaff Manor, but it's haunted by ghosts. So her and her assistant Diz, played by Eric Idle, they end up hiring Dr. Harvey to get rid of the ghosts that live in Whipstaff Manor so that Kerrigan and Dibbs can go find a treasure that's supposed to be hidden in the mansion. And there are 3 ghosts: Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso, the ghostly trio, and they're more of the like to scare people ghost. And Casper is their nephew. I don't know if he really is their nephew or they just call him that. But Casper, of course, is a friendly ghost and he wants to make friends and he doesn't want to scare anybody. So he's kind of a little bit older than I think how he was in the cartoons from like the 1940s. I think they had him portrayed as more kind of like a younger boy. In this one, I think he's kind of more like a young teenage boy, like about 13 maybe. So, Dr. Harvey and his daughter come to the house, and Casper meets Kat, and he kind of develops a crush on her, and there are wacky hijinks and scary imagery, but it's not too bad. It's PG, so I guess I'll age myself telling you that I was about 12 when Casper came out. So, but I always liked it. I think it's a cute movie, and it's got great music by James Horner, and so it's dramatic, and there are, like I said, there are hijinks and there are like little scary moments, but it's got nice elements in it that make it a great movie to watch, and you can tear up every now and then at it, but it's really good. I love Casper, and I had to take it out of this because I got this I got it actually in a limited edition glow in the dark art thing, but they put the sticker right over Casper's face. And every time I try to peel stickers off stuff, it rips it, so I don't touch anything. So, but yeah, Casper's a good movie. I'm gonna try to get it back here in its sleeve. And then of course there is the perennial Halloween family classic, Hocus Pocus, with Bette Midler, Kathy and Jimmy, and Sarah Jessica Parker as the Sanderson sisters. 3 witches who are hanged in Salem for stealing the lives of children to make themselves younger. But on the night they get hanged, Winifred creates a curse saying that on Halloween night, when a virgin lights the black flame candle, they will come back and they will steal all the lives of the children in Salem. And in the movie, there are some kids, Max Dennison and his sister Danny. Their family moves from California to Salem, Massachusetts, and Max hates it here. And so he has to take his little sister Danny, played by Thora Birch, young Thora Birch, baby Thora Birch, trick-or-treating for Halloween. And when they go trick-or-treating, they come across Allison. She's a rich girl that Max has a crush on, and she knows all about the Sanderson sisters, and Danny's into witches and stuff, so they go to the museum where they used to talk about the Sanderson sisters. And, Max doesn't believe all of this hocus pocus, so he lights the candle and the witches come back. And to try to help stop the witches, there's a cat named Binks. He's voiced by Jason Marsden. He does voices for everybody. Most people probably know him best as voicing Max in a Goofy movie. But he was turned into a cat by the Sanderson sisters when they stole the life of his little sister Emily. And they cursed him to live forever with, not being able to save her. And he can't die until the witches are defeated. So, of course, the kids are trying to escape the witches, and they chase them all over Salem, and they're trying to get a book back to make a potion so they could steal the lives from the children in Salem and become younger and, not turn to dust when the curse is over. I love this movie. There are lots of people that don't like Hocus Pocus. I think they think it's overrated as a Halloween classic, but it came out in 1993, so I was 10, and everybody that I knew loved this movie. People go around quoting it, and it's shown on TV all the time around Halloween. But I think it's funny. I think Kathy and Jimmy, Bette Midler, and Sarah Jessica Parker, they play off each other wonderfully. And then, of course, there's Doug Jones. He ends up playing Billy, he's a zombie. He's brought back. He used to be Winifred's lover, but she caught him with Sarah, and she poisoned him, and so his mouth shut. So he comes back, and she sends him to go after the kids, and he's a standout performance in this movie. And of course, Bette Midler gets to sing a song. Can't have a movie with Bette Midler and not have her sing. She sings a version of "I Put a Spell on You." It's really good. See, that's another reason why I don't make a video about it, because I've seen lots of people put videos up about it, and it gets copyrighted because of the song. So, that's another good thing, I guess, being cheap like myself. All I have is a webcam on my laptop and just my love of movies. But, so, yeah, Hocus Pocus. If you have never seen it, first of all, I think you've been living underneath a rock for a very long time. But, if you were one of those people that thought it's overrated, give it a chance. Especially if you're a parent and you have kids. I'm sure they'll like it. It is PG. It says for scary sequences and for language. So yeah, there probably are scary sequences for littler kids, and there is language. So, but it's still a good movie. it's a good movie to watch around Halloween. Okay, I'm gonna go through the stack because I have like 5 other things to talk about, but 4 of them are kind of 2 of them are connected to each other, and another 2 are connected to each other. So I was trying to go through it. This is not really a movie, but if you can find it, it's very nice to watch. This is Daffy Duck's Quack Busters. So it has lots of the sorry for scratching my nose itch. It has a lot of the classic Looney Tunes cartoons added in with wraparound segments. The story that kind of wraps around it is Daffy Duck inherits a lot of money from this billionaire that he cures, because for, I guess, years he could never laugh at something, but Daffy makes him laugh. And he dies laughing, and he leaves all of his money to Daffy. The will states, though, that if Daffy doesn't use the money for, good purposes, he'll lose it. And Daffy's like, well, he's dead, he can't take it with him. But that's not the case. So, I think his name is J.P. Krubish. Every time Daffy does something that's not on the up and up, he takes a little bit of the money away from Daffy. So Daffy decides he's going to open up like a paranormal detective kind of agency, kind of almost like the Ghostbusters, hence Quack Busters, where he hires Porky Pig and Sylvester as his cat, and Bugs Bunny to go and take out ghosts and other paranormal phenomenon as kind of a way to kind of get back at the ghost of the millionaire for taking the money away. And it has a lot of wraparound segments that connect classic cartoons, and voices are provided by Mel Blanc. I think this was made in like 1988 or something. I'm trying to see if there's like a date back here, but I know it was in the 80s, the late 80s, because Mel Blanc passed away like in 1990. So it has a lot of cartoons that wrap around it, and they're all, ghosts and witches and vampires and stuff like that. It has special features on here. It has 3 cartoons on it that are not really connected, to the story. But so it has Duck Dodgers and the Return of the 24th and a Half Century, Little Go Beep, and Superior Duck. These are later cartoons that weren't made during the 50s and 60s that are in here. One highlight that I do know is in here, it's a cartoon. It's a parody of The Exorcist. It's called The Ducksorcist. And it's my favorite segment out of this entire film. Because I like The Exorcist, and it's really funny. But so this is good. It's rated G because it's mostly cartoons. But it's a good way to find like classic Looney Tune cartoons. And if you can find it on DVD like I did, you can watch it with your kids. It's a lot of fun to watch. Speaking of kids, I'm going to save one thing for last. So the next 2 movies that I'm going to talk about, because they're kind of connected, are, because I have both of them, and I will eventually have the third one on DVD. I have Hotel Transylvania and Hotel Transylvania 2. So, I guess we'll talk about the first one first. Hotel Transylvania. Alright. So, Dracula is played and voiced by Adam Sandler. He creates a hotel where monsters can go and enjoy themselves away from humans. Because a long time ago, his wife was killed by humans, so he creates a hotel to protect other monsters, and mainly his daughter Mavis, voiced by Selena Gomez. When Mavis turns 118, she wants to go off into the world to see it for herself, and Dracula is an overprotective dad, and he doesn't want her to go. So he tries to keep her at the hotel, and other monsters that come are Frankenstein, voiced by Kevin James, the Invisible Man, voiced by David Spade, the Mummy, voiced here by CeeLo Green, and the Wolfman, voiced by Steve Buscemi. And oh my gosh, I love this movie so much. It's also got Andy Samberg as Jonathan. He is a human that finds the hotel, and him and Mavis kind of fall for each other. So Dracula tries to keep the other monsters from finding out that Johnny's human, and tries to keep Johnny and Mavis from falling in love with each other. It also has Fran Drescher as Frankenstein's wife, and it has Molly Shannon as the Wolfman's wife, Wanda. Wolfman's name is Wayne, and all the kids have W names. It is rated PG, so some material may not be suitable for children. Some rude humor, and some action and scary sequences. It's not that bad. Yeah, it does have a lot of rude humor, I guess you could say, but that's what Adam Sandler's known for. But some people don't like Adam Sandler, and some people like Adam Sandler, and some people love Adam Sandler. I like him. He's done movies before in the past that I like, but this is a cute movie. It's actually pretty good. It's fairly dramatic. It is directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, and he created one of my favorite shows growing up, Dexter's Laboratory, and I think most people also know him for Samurai Jack. He worked on this movie for like a very long time, and I think the animation's pretty good, and he's good at telling a story. And but yeah, so that's the first one. So again, there are spoilers if people haven't seen it, but who hasn't seen it by now? It's on TV a lot too. At least I see it on TV a lot. So there's Hotel Transylvania 2. As you know, there's a third one out too, but I don't have it yet. So this one, I'm gonna go into spoilers. Johnny and Mavis do end up together, and they get married, and they have a kid named Dennis, and so he's half human, half vampire, and of course Dracula wants him to be full vampire. Apparently, by the time a vampire turns 5, if they don't have their fangs, then they're going to be human. If they're half vampire, half human. So Dracula's trying to get Dennis to get his fangs in, and Mavis is kind of turned almost like the way Dracula was, as an overprotective parent. And but of course they live at the Hotel Transylvania with all the other monsters. But Mavis wants to raise Dennis as normal as possible, because I guess she just wants to protect him and wants him to be happy the way he is, but she wants him to be normal. But of course he's not. He's half vampire, half human, so he's never really going to be normal. But Dracula gets Johnny to take Mavis to go on vacation to visit his human family, and while they're gone, they're going to try to get Dennis to be, like a monster, because his idea of monsters are kind of like the cute, like Sesame Street monsters, and Dracula wants him to act like a monster the way the old Universal movie monsters were. So, and of course, hilarity ensues. A little bit of more of that, what you call rude humor, but it's PG, so it's not that bad, and it's I've only watched it probably a few times, but I still like it. Of course, I like the first one the best because it's the one I've seen the most. But I think Hotel Transylvania 2 is cute with little Dennis. He's just so adorable. But this movie, like I said, I've only seen it a couple of times because I've seen the other one a lot more. But Hotel Transylvania 2 is it's a good movie to watch. So most of the same voice cast returns. It has Mel Brooks providing the voice of Vlad, and that's Dracula's dad. And Dracula wants to try to keep the fact that Mavis is married to a human a secret from his dad. And so, but yeah, it's a pretty good movie. And since my video is running long, I got my last two that I'm going to talk about. I have the movies Twitches and Twitches 2. These were Disney Channel original movies, or DCOMs, that everybody calls them. And because they always had great Halloween-centered ones, like the Halloween Town series, and Under Wraps, and Don't Look Under the Bed, which I wish they would put. I don't know if they have put them on DVD or not, but I haven't seen them. But yeah, these are recent acquirements that I got, but I've seen these tons of times because they'd always show them around Halloween after they came out. But Twitches, the first one, it stars Tia and Tamara Mowry from Sister fame as two twins separated at birth. Why does that sound so familiar? But what it is they are actually, they're witches. They're princess witches. They were sent, to live in our world from their world of Coventry to protect them from the darkness, which apparently destroyed their father. And Alex, played by Tia, and Cameron, played by Tamara, they end up meeting, and they learn about their past, because Alex writes about it, and Cameron draws pictures of their birth mother and from where they're from, and they have two guardians, Ileana and Karsh, who they're incredibly funny. They go to protect them and try to protect them from the darkness that it tried to kill them when they were babies, but their powers stopped it. And so it's got dramatic emotional touches to it because it's about two sisters finding each other, and they have their birth mother, and then they have Cameron has her adopted parents who she loves, and Alex had a mother who adopted her, but she passed away, and now she lives with her friend Lucinda and Lucinda's family. So there's a bit of drama there about they have a mother they never met, and so it has dramatic touches, but it has comedy in it, and I always loved Tia and Tamara. So but that's the first one. And of course, okay, so spoilers. There's there's Twitches 2 that came out. So they, you know, they have their powers, they're princesses, and they're trying to learn the royal birthright. But let's see, Alex just wants to be normal. I don't think she wants to be a princess. I don't think she minds having her witch powers, but Cameron's all for being, you know, a princess. Well, she kind of is a princess anyway in our world. She's one of those people that's spoiled, but she's spoiled sweet. She was kind of spoiled in the first one, but she's gotten a little bit better. But so there seems to be a new evil threatening Coventry, and it's probably not a spoiler that it's probably what was, you know, after them in the first one. But they also kind of discovered that their father, Aaron, that they thought was dead, might actually be alive, but on some like spirit plane. So they want to, you know, try and find him, but like it says, Alex wants a normal life and Cameron wants to be a princess, so they kind of clash about that. But, you know, they still have their powers. Ileana and Karsh are still there being funny. They're actually planning to get married, so that's kind of a side plot. And, you know, they're with their birth mother, Miranda. And so kind of a little bit of emotion like the first one. Of course, you know, wanting to be normal and then wanting to fit in and then, you know, being who you are, who you want to be. And of course, you know, finding out that father you thought was dead might actually be alive. And so, you know, so it still has like emotional roller coaster, but it still has comedy, and of course Tia and Tamara are always great. I like how Tia and Tamara can play high schoolers no matter what age they are. So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite Disney Channel original movies. So, I would recommend watching Twitches. So, that is another round of picks for family-friendly Halloween viewing with your families. And I will be back again with, who knows, maybe more family-oriented movies. Maybe I'll switch back to horror. It's a grab bag around here. You never know what you're gonna get. So until I see you next time, have a nice day.